Salutation is locked. Hello, guys. Hello. I am horrible at this. I'm trying to get this video. Let me see. Welcome to live chat. Remember privacy. Okay, yes, we got that. Okay, I'm going to see if I switch this way. Let me know if you have a problem if you see it this way. Okay, they don't want me to have this phone like this. So I was trying to hopefully have everybody see everything. I want to touch on anemia real quick because so many people have been requesting for this video. And so if you know someone that suffered from anemia, you can share this with them. We're going to talk about the remedy and the causes and the symptoms of anemia for women. But women are not the only ones that suffer from anemia. Men too, they just don't talk about that, but they suffer from anemia for a different reason. So if you can't see the video, If you can't see the board, just I'm gonna speak loudly as I can that you hear the words that's coming out of my mouth, and so that you take notes. I'm gonna try not have this be long. Okay, now with anemia, if you suffer from anemia, this is people that suffer from anemia. If you want to share information to people that you know that suffer from anemia, you could do this. So this is on anemia. Excuse me if you can't see the board. Now for anemia, there's two main reasons or two main symptoms. It's fatigue and weakness. Now there's severe weakness and fatigue, and then there's mild. And it depends on what you're going through, but one of the causes is a heavy flow of blood. You have a heavy flow of blood every month, and you have heavy periods. Now there's reasons for that. We're not going to go into too much what the reasons are for the heavy flow, but I'll just mention one of the reasons for heavy flow is also one of the reasons why you have anemia. That's number 3. But the second reason why somebody might suffer from anemia is the GI tract. Now you're not absorbing iron. There's a vitamin deficiency, and you're not absorbing the iron. So that's related to your GI tract. Now there's nervous tension, which I also call stress. Stress is a reason also why someone might be experiencing heavy flow or anemia. I remember when I was getting married and I was engaged, and during that time I was so stressed. I never had heavy flows, but because I was experiencing so much stress from different places, I end up having a heavy cycle to the point where blood was just gushing out. That never happened to me. That's TMI. But it was because I was on a high level of stress that my blood flow was just flowing like somebody turned on a faucet. Never happened to me before, but I was in high stress. Just to let you know that the mind and body is so connected that if one is affected, the other is affected affected also. So nervous tension can cause anemia, nutritional deficiency connected to your GI tract, and loss of red blood cells. And number 6, the last one, is reduction of the formation of red blood cells. That can be, you can lose blood. If a woman has a child, is giving birth, she can lose blood by hemorrhaging through childbirth. Another reason for anemia is intestinal parasites or peptic ulcer. So some people may not have a heavy flow, but they're like, I'm diagnosed with anemia, but I don't have a heavy blood flow. That's because there's other things that can cause somebody to be anemic. All right. It's not just your menstrual cycle. We mentioned stress. We mentioned nutritional deficiency. We talked about the GI tract not being able to absorb vitamins and nutrition correctly. Now, those are some of the causes. Now, the remedy for anemia, we have this board and we have another one. So the remedy for anemia is rest. That's free. You're not paying for that. What I mean by resting, many of us, depending on your age, I remember going to bed every night when I was young, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. It affects your health. If you suffer from fibroids, you'll find research saying that people that go to bed late are more likely to have issues with fibroids or have the complications of fibroids. Not everybody have complications with fibroids. So rest. What do I mean by that? Ideally, In a perfect world, you need to be in bed or asleep, I should say, between the hours, and don't kill me, guys, this is just the research, between the hours of 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. Anytime you go to bed between the hours of 12 p.m. and later, you lose 1 hour of sleep. That affects your overall health in so many ways. I'm not perfect on that, but I'm just saying that when we go to bed after 12, we're losing an extra hour of sleep that you cannot get back. And that plays in your cycle, that plays with anemia and other health issues. Now, exercise. Now, you can do any exercise. Any exercise. Ideal exercise is just walking. Nothing too hard on the body. That helps with the blood flow. That helps with your overall health. Drinking water. If you drink enough water, 8 to 10 cups of water a day. If you do that, that will prevent blood clots. We're not talking about the diet yet, but if you're experiencing blood clot, I can almost guarantee you're not drinking enough water. How much is enough water? 8 to 10 cups a day. You can start early in the morning and knock out 2 before you even leave your bed or leave your room. So, or keep the water next to your bed, right? So you can drink as soon as you wake up. And you don't have to brush your teeth before you drink your water, but brush your teeth at night before you go to bed. You drink water, that helps. A healthy balance, that means not overdoing anything, not overworking, not overthinking, not overstressing. You have to find a way to have a healthy balance, not overdoing anything. Eat whole foods. We're going to talk about that. Adequate sunlight, getting out there and getting some sun. You don't have to bake in the sun, but the sun actually helps with your PMS. It actually helps with your cycle. It helps with stress. It helps with your sex hormones. The sun is for free, and it helps with so many things. We can go into that in another video. Fresh air, breathing in and out, doing your breathing exercises. Breathe in, breathe out. 3 times a day. Y'all don't understand what it does for your whole body just to get some fresh air and then do some deep breathing in and out. Just three times, and that's it. But that helps also. And trust in God. Now, this is what you really want to actually get down. Excuse me if you can't see it. Now, what you want to eliminate with anemia, what's causing somebody to be anemic, right? There's so many reasons. One of the big things you want to eliminate if you're experiencing anemia is, get ready for it, drum roll, milk, dairy. The reason I say you have to eliminate milk if you're suffering from anemia is because milk inhibits the absorption of iron. It inhibits the absorption of iron. So if you are taking iron pills and you still have an issue, or you having to live on iron pills for years and you still drinking milk, it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's like you're a hamster and just going around. Keep going. You keep going. If you have to get off of milk. It inhibits the absorption of iron, which one of the reasons for anemia is iron deficiency caused by what? Stress. No, I'm sorry, by not being able to absorb the nutrient in your body. So eliminate milk. Now, guys, don't kill me. I'm just going to give you truth and nothing but the truth. Another thing you want to eliminate is alcohol. You want to eliminate alcohol, caffeine, refined foods as much as possible. Decrease the refined foods. That's your white bread, your white sugar, your white flour, anything that it has been refined and removed and stripped of its nutrients and fiber. Fiber is your best friend. So if you're constipated, it wouldn't surprise me if you're constipating and you have an issue with anemia or painful periods, okay? So you want to be able to go to the bathroom regularly. If you're not, you might look into, are you eating too much foods that don't have fiber, like your white flour, everything that's been refined. No, so those are just some of the things you want to eliminate. Now, and your commercial juices, and decrease the meat, guys, decrease the meat. Now, lifestyle, you want to exercise, we talked about that, but before I talk about lifestyle, let's go into the things that's going to remedy your problem with anemia. Greens, your collard greens, your kale. You could do spinach, but don't overdo the spinach. because of oxalic acid. But all your greens, your mustard greens, if you can handle that, your collard greens, your kale, and one big one that you want to add is alfalfa. You can take a tea in that. You could drink that, make a tea out of it. You can buy it. It's that will help with vitamins that you might be deficient in. Alfalfa, have that on your list to get is alfalfa. I talked about in another video about a power green drink that I buy from Star West Botanicals. In another video, you get all your greens in that power drink that you can take daily. But you want to have your greens. You can eat it raw, like your kale, or you can cook it, or you can juice it. But you want to have greens in your diet. Now, the other thing is blackstrap molasses. I also talked about in the video. If you're suffering from anemia, you do not need, FYI, you do not need those iron pills. I'm not saying don't take it. I'm just saying you don't need those iron pills. What you need, if you can tolerate it, is blackstrap molasses. I'm sorry again if y'all can't see this video. I mean, y'all can't see the board, but blackstrap molasses, write that down. Blackstrap molasses, you want to take blackstrap molasses with lemon, half of a lemon, because the vitamin C from the lemon helps with the absorption of the nutrients that is found in blackstrap molasses. It's the real deal. It is not that expensive. It probably went up during inflation, but blackstrap molasses, you could do like maybe a tablespoon or two in a cup of water and add a half a lemon and drink it like that. Or you could take black molasses straight and then drink lemon behind it. Whatever you do, you want to take that daily. If you don't suffer from diabetes, then you want to try to take it twice if you have a huge issue with anemia. It works. It works. And it's better than popping the iron pills. That's just my 2 cents. Beetroot. I also mentioned beetroot in another video. We'll talk about the benefits of having beetroot in your diet. It also helps with anemia. So you got beetroot, blackstrap molasses, and alfalfa and lemon juice. If you take that consistently, within a month to 2, you should start seeing a difference and feeling the difference. These things are inexpensive. Beetroot powder or beetroot, the actual vegetable root, beetroot, blackstrap molasses, and alfalfa and citrus lemon. That's it. Start off with that and eliminate the milk or dairy. You should start seeing a difference. But remember, stress plays a huge role. Now, those are the main ones you want to have. Now, other things that you can add, doing grape juice helps with anemia. Tahini butter, which has come from sesame seeds that has iron in it. Making sure you do whole grains like your brown rice, your quinoa, your millets, your buckwheat, things that have fiber, so you're eliminating regularly. Also nuts and seeds. Sunflower seeds are your best friends. Now, I'm not talking about the sunflowers that you got nicely salted with the shell in it, and you suck the sunflower seed shell, and then you chew and you spit it out. I'm talking about raw sunflower seeds, and you could do a quarter of a cup or just a handful, and you eat it just like that. Raw, unsalted sunflower seeds has the vitamins you need that helps with anemia, and just eating your vegetables, making sure you include that. That's it, guys. Nothing over the top. Anemia shouldn't be that hard to reverse. You have to look at everything. Are you under a lot of stress? Are you going to bed regularly every night? And I get it. Some nights you stay up, whatever, but I'm talking about not going to bed late every night. You're going to bed regularly every night. You're drinking your 8 to 10 cups of water daily. You're having a sufficient amount of greens or beetroot in your diet. You're staying away from dairy or eliminating milk. You're handling your stress better than you ever did before. Those are some of the things that will remedy anemia. Okay. Now, if you haven't, we talked about ulcer. If you have an ulcer that you need to have diagnosed, that might be another issue that needs to be resolved. Or if you have parasites, that's another thing that needs to be resolved separately. But if it's just coming from your menstrual cycle and stress, that is so easy to remedy. Again, we talked about exercise. Now, I talked about hydrotherapy in cold and hot showers. Every morning. I know nobody likes cold showers. I don't love it, but I do it. Cold showers, it actually helps with the blood flow as well. It actually helps with your overall health and your immune system. These are things that are free, guys. Free, 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 free. You're not paying a lot of money and taking a cold shower, hot and cold. The other video talk about how you implement it 3 times, hot first, 1 minute, 30 seconds cold, and you do that 3 times every morning. It will be a pick me up, promise you. Drinking water, we talked about that. Going to bed between 9 and 10 p.m. as much as you can. Fasting. Fasting helps with anemia. And what I mean by fasting, you don't have to fast all day, every day, but people talk about intermittent fasting, and they didn't call it that, at least when I started. It now has a name, but there's a rule to it. People are deviating from the actual rule, ideal rule of intermittent fasting or fasting. So when you have your breakfast, you have your fruits first. Always have fruits first. Watch my videos on Eat to Lose. It talks about that. Fruits first. After your fruits, you have your complex carb. Let's say you have your waffles. After your waffles, you have your handful of nuts or seeds, like we talked about the sunflower seeds. It keeps you from being hungry right away. So after you have that, your fruits, your complex carbs, and your nuts or seeds, then you will not have anything. This is where the fasting comes from. You will not have any food. You will not eat anything until 5 to 6 hours later. 5 to 6 hours later. That's your fasting. You're not eating, you're not chewing gum, you're not eating anything, you're not snacking on anything, you're not touching anything until 5 to 6 hours from the time that you stopped eating or started eating. So if you ate breakfast at 8, you would not eat until what, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. But in order to accomplish that and not feel hungry right away, you need to make sure you have the fat that comes from your nuts and your seeds after you've had for your last. That's the last thing to wrap up your meal. A handful of nuts and seeds that will keep you from being hungry within 2 hours. And it'll also help with bloating. It'll also help with losing weight. It also help with constipation. So you would fast, and then your next meal would not be until lunchtime. And then ideally, you would not have any dinner. That would be your last meal. So make sure it's something that you were satisfied with, and you wouldn't have your last meal. That would be your last meal. Or if you felt you needed something, you would have maybe a salad with nothing that needs to be takes a lot of work to digest, just a raw salad, or maybe drink something, and that would be your last meal for the evening, and then you wouldn't have breakfast until the morning. So breakfast and lunch. So fasting like that, without having to fast a whole day, or you can do a juice fast for the whole day, that'll also help with your cycle and anemia. Managing stress, everybody got it. Ooh, somebody have that magic, or that, I shouldn't say magic. Somebody have that's just the remedy of how to have no stress in your life ever. I'm going to be the first in line. But stress comes with living. But there's a way that we manage stress. And I talked about one of the remedy for that is the cold showers, the praying and reading your Bible, thinking about the positive things, counting your blessings, thanking God for the things that are going right in your world. There's a thing they say, fake it till you make it. I never like that saying, but they say that you can apply that. It's a little different into your mental health. So you start acting as if, or thinking, acting as if the thing that is positive is happening for you. And so you keep going that direction and speaking the positive, and so your body or your brain will start now yielding to that. It's just like it yields to, oh, if I do this, if I don't pay my bills, I'm going to lose my house. Things that we say. And so it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because we keep saying it over and over, and we start playing it out as if what we're saying is going to happen to us. The same works in reverse in the positive. I hope I didn't confuse y'all. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Okay. And the last one, we almost done, guys. How many minutes did it take? Yeah, we're almost done. Prayer and faith, which I mentioned, connected with the stress. And lastly, for any health issue, you want to think about detoxing. In my book, I'm going to do a plug. Y'all can get my book. My book, I talk about a detox, a simple detox you can do that doesn't cost you really anything but getting the items, which is fruits and apples. Fruits and apples. That's it. But you want to make sure you do a detox every 3 months, 3 to 4 months at least. And you can do it internally and you could do it externally, which is, I should do a whole video on this, on using an enema, doing an enema. I recommend doing an enema at least twice a year, once a year, starting at the beginning of January or the ending of December could be one. And then midway, 6 months from then, that'll be two. But an enema to make sure you're cleaning yourself out. That also helps with anemia and any other health issue as well. And lastly, far as you really wouldn't need any herbs other than alfalfa, so I don't even need to really mention any herbs with that. But the only thing I will add is B12 or taking a B complex vitamin, B complex, complete complex vitamin. Other than that, other than what I mentioned, that'll be the only thing. And the alfalfa, you shouldn't need any real, you shouldn't need a lot, other than if you're trying to just boost your immune system. But that's it as far as vitamins. But alfalfa has a lot of the vitamins, so you'll be getting your greens, your vitamins from that. Also, a lot of your other vitamins that you need. And again, for vitamin C, doing the lemon citrus every day. That's it. This is the end of the video, and I just want to make sure that you understand. You always want to get to the heart of the matter. So this is Red Heart: rest, exercise, drink healthy balance, drink water, healthy balance, eat whole foods, adequate sunlight, fresh air, trusting God. Those are the things you want to be doing every day for your overall health. And that is all that I have on anemia. It's simple. It's everything takes work. And sometimes we don't see the immediate results right away. We want to give up. Don't give up on your health and don't give up on you. Until next time, that's the tea. Bye-bye, y'all.